Hello everybody and welcome back to Animal Crossing New Horizons! Maybe today I will finally get some pants. Thanks Steven, I was so stoked to get to visit you. Hanging around there was like being in a second home. It felt so good that I figured I should give you this. And hey, next time let's hang out at my place. Deal? Sure. We could have hung out at your place before, but I mean I guess you really wanted to see mine, but you know. We get a beach chair! Hey, that'll go down here pretty nicely. Bam. That's not the right way for that to be. Hold on. Let me, that's still not right. Now it's backwards. Gosh darn it. Alright, let's stand here and we'll place it this way. There we go. Now it's the right way. So we have a beach chair now. It's pretty cool. Peach trees coming along. Soon have some peaches on the island. That'll be pretty nice. Pretty nice. I do kind of wish it was snowing again, but I just like the snow. I do not really know what to talk about or ramble about today. I know Frisk was gonna co-host. She was standing right up on her tower, waiting, and then I guess I took too long. And then she left. So, she's just bumming around. Yep, she's back there. Okay. Just chilling. Heater's probably on. She has her own little chair back there. And the other tower, and she's so spoiled, man. Like, there she goes. Hey, Ed. Hey, Steven. What's latest? Clear skies, smooth sailing, living the dream. That's fair. We don't have a boat here, though. So how can you be smooth sailing if we don't have a boat? I don't think you thought that one through, Ed. Town needs a boat. That's what we've learned, though. I did want to do another kind of later episode. I still have yet to build up the... I don't even know what to call it, but I've not built up to be able to try recording at like 8 in the morning yet. But I will get there. I know I need to get there because that's when KK concerts happen, so I'll eventually need to get there for Saturdays. But, you know, the best I can do today is 5. I also was just kind of sitting here mostly bored. It's literally to the point where I actually watched a new creator on YouTube. Like, wow, it can happen. I can do it. Now, it was someone talking about some controversy with Final Fantasy XIV. Of which I was mostly just checking out of more or less curiosity. That is very much a game that I've more just watched from the sidelines, though I do need to get back to my series I was doing on it, because I have a stream series where I was playing through Final Fantasy XIV. Might see about doing that again at some point. It's just, I've reached a point where, like, one, the story hasn't been engaging anyway, but I've reached a point where to play the class I want, I need to just grind. And I don't want to grind. Oh my gosh, it's Steven! Let's talk! Hi, I lost my voice. I was trying to be a heavy metal singer instead of a pop star. I am so not metal. Oh, these two are talking. I almost don't want to know what they're talking about, but... Oh yeah, the night sky here rocks. No doubts there, but... Exactly! So I'm trying to get... that's why I'm trying to get location scouts to come check it out. I want to show them there's more to Astera than just an extremely bankable actor. I love Astera as much as the next frog, but filming a movie here? I don't know. Steven, great timing! I'm focus grouping with us for a second. Here's the scoop. Cream Soda Productions is almost returning my calls again, so we're about to be crawling with film crews. So I'm yours truly. What should location scouts check out about Astera? I don't think we should have them here. See? Even Steven isn't sure this is a good idea. What I think Steven's saying is we should aim higher than Cream Soda Productions. No, I'm not. How about Coconut Cream Pie Entertainment? Never say those words again, Ed. I'll make some calls, see if my number's still blocked. Hang on, Ed, just how many studios are blocking you? Probably all of them. Yeah, all of them. It's part of the game. It's really not. It's not my fault nobody wants the rights to my 9-part hip-hopera, A Dance with... Carbonara? Carbonara? I don't know. Can't imagine why. Can't imagine why either, Diva. Hey, Caroline. Sorry for not getting up. It's really comfortable here. Aw, it's okay. I would sit down next to you if I could. Yeah, basically, to explain, because I know I used to have, because I used to do the stream series, I used to have some viewers that play Final Fantasy XIV. In case y'all haven't heard what's going on and still watch my stuff, if you do, hi! Thanks for sticking around. Basically, they made a change to their block list in-game to make it so that not only can you basically, when you blacklist somebody, it basically prevents that person from messaging you. They also made it so that you literally just do not see that person anymore, period. Anywhere. They're just gone. Well, part of that was making an API for the game, and then managing that API client side, so on the user's computer. This basically made it so that people could use this API, which, by nature of what it is tied to the account server, knows accounts, and can basically tell you anything you might want to know about somebody's account that isn't encrypted data. And I would not be surprised, as much as Square Enix has been trying to say, oh, no sensitive information has been compromised. And I want to say there's probably still something encrypted there that is probably sensitive data, but I don't know for sure. It basically let you stalk somebody. You could see everywhere that person was, where they are right now, anything they're doing, everything they have done, the name of all their characters, all of their NPCs, all, you know. And there's some people who are playing it off like, oh, well, that's not a big deal. Like, it's like, yeah, but people have already started stalking other people. It is a big deal. Square Enix has only just recently put out a statement talking about how they want to take they're considering legal action against the mod's creator. I wonder how that's gonna work out, because they've allowed modding for so long and they created the API. I'm honestly not sure they could take legal action, if I'm honest. Technically, modding is against the terms of service, but with how long they've not done anything to stop players from modding has been an open secret in the game. There's even a lot of generic modding tools that people talk about using a lot. Like, it's very much one of those things of, they know people are modding their game, and they're not implementing any tools to prevent it, so I don't know how taking legal action's gonna actually go, which sucks. Because, like, that's not cool. That's not okay. Like, there are things I will obviously not be repeating here, because they are not things to repeat, but there has been multiple female streamers of Final Fantasy XIV that have been already basically stalked onto their other accounts and characters that, you know, weren't things that their fan base knew of before, and I'll just say, based on some things I've seen people saying that people are saying, I've not seen these things myself. I have no interest in looking this up myself. Some people are definitely saying things that would imply they know a little more about these people's personal information than they should, if what Square Enix is saying is correct. So, yeah, that's, that implies to me that, probably some rather sensitive information has been stored in the API. Got a menu chalkboard. Hey, we already had one of those. I can sell that one. But, yeah. Like, it's not a great situation all around. Especially because the damage has already been done. Like, getting rid of that mod now doesn't solve the problem of the API. The API is the problem. Congrats on finding my treasure. I really wanted to make an item as, like, homage to my favorite pop star, and it came up with this recipe. I'll share it with you since you found this bottle. You have to make it. Wendy, Master Crafter. It's a cherry wall. All right. But, like, basically, everyone that's been logged in while this mod has been around, and there's almost certainly still people with it installed, every single one of them has almost certainly had their data scraped. That's just the nature of it, because the API is there. What they needed to do the moment this was brought to their attention, and this was brought to Square's attention back when they... Oh, Simon's sick! Simon! You gotta do something to feel better. Maybe it needs some medicine. On it, my man. Like, this was brought to their attention when they released Dawn Trail, their latest expansion, which was months ago. This was, like, last summer. And they've not done anything about it. What they really needed to do was immediately remove everyone's access to the API. Even if that meant breaking the blacklists, because let's be real, with that mod existing, the blacklist isn't doing anything. Like, think of that for a moment. These are people who can, basically, with the use of this mod, see your character's every location, and they could just make a free trial account to go and continue harassing you if that's what they want to do. Wait, why am I don't need to talk with Timmy and Tommy. I need to buy medicine. That's what I'm here for. So, like, the fact that that mod exists and is possible because of the API ruins the point of having the API for the blacklist. You know, they also should have at that moment started working to move everything's server side. There is no reason why anything is done at that level on the client side. Also, I do apologize if anything I'm saying is, like, going over too many people's heads. I'm trying to keep it simple. I figure I should explain here without getting too technical. An API is basically a tool that you can use as a developer of something to allow other people to use part of your product without actually giving them that information. So, for instance, using World of Warships API as an example, using that, you can gain data, like the specific data on how ships perform in the game. So you can pull up the exact specific down to, like, as many decimal points as required on, like, the reload rate of a ship. Or the size of the ship. Or, you know. You can pull all that information from the API, but you cannot alter it. The API is not alterable, but you can pull information out of it. It's basically a... Think of it like a textbook. It's a textbook that you can pull information from, but you can't edit the textbook. The textbook will always say what the textbook says until the publisher publishes a new copy of the textbook. That make sense? I hope that makes sense. It's foggy. My legs are wibbly. My head's all clogged up. I'm like the living definition of a total blob. I brought you some medicine. Medicine? For me? Does it taste bad? Nah, you brought it for me, and you don't bring me good stuff. Yeah, I got you the good stuff right here. There you go, man. There's the good stuff. Some Buckleys. Huh? Doesn't taste like snacks, but it doesn't taste bad either. Ah, crap, I must have grabbed off-brand stuff. That wasn't Buckley's, son. I feel a little better. That medicine must be working. Hey, let me give you this as thanks. A windbreaker. I don't wear those, but thanks, I guess. Help me out if you ever feel super lousy. Just let me know. Zoop. But, yeah, like, the damage is already done. What they really need to be doing is damage control. And they're not really doing that. They very much seem to be going, if we ignore it, it'll go away. And that's not what they need to be doing. Like, Final Fantasy XIV almost certainly brings in over $100 million of gross revenue every year. There is no excuse to be treating everything this poorly. You guys still don't have any pants I would wear. I don't know how I feel about this. Hey, Sable. Hey, I'm kind of sewn into my machine right now. Sorry I can't chat, but thanks for stopping by. Aww. See, I knew she'd warm up to me. Hey, Mabel. Try anything you like in the fitting room right over there. Feel free to use it whenever. And there's a tiny party hat. Like, these are jeans. At least they look like jeans. I'm keeping my skirt on. I can't do it. I refuse. But it just, to me, falls into one of my other complaints I've had with Final Fantasy XIV and, like, fixing things. So, this is an issue I actually encountered and have video evidence of and know what causes it. And other people have already bug reported this, so I didn't bother also bug reporting it, because there has been bug reports since, like, 2014-ish. We will talk with Yuka first. Tisk. What is it? You're watching me so intensely. It's a bit unnerving. What you doing? Well, you can see I'm working on a lucky gold cat. It's a DIY crafting project, my dear. I was daydreaming, you see, and the design came to me. Then, just like that, I made it happen. I know. Why don't you try making a lucky gold cat, too? Yeah, I'd be more than happy to do that. Please teach me, Yuka. It's a spirit, good for you. Written down the recipe, so please take it with you. Yay! Recipe! It's a simple project. You'll be able to whip it up in no time, as long as you have the materials. And I hope I do, because that sounds like something I want in my house. Lucky gold cat. As opposed to an unlucky gold cat. Oh, I don't have a lucky cat. So I need a lucky cat, and then I can definitely make that, though. But yeah, this issue I encountered. And I'm gonna say the main reason why this has kind of stuck with me was just the feeling of having people dismiss this as, we'll just, we'll just don't do these things. So, if you play Final Fantasy XIV on a high refresh rate monitor with a high frame rate, there are certain textures, and I found it most commonly with transparent ice textures, that at default settings will flash. Like, flashing in a way that would probably trigger a seizure in somebody. To the point where, while I was streaming, I basically stopped to try to figure out, one, what was causing it, and two, because, that's something you want to know, and two, what I might be able to do to make it stop. And I basically discovered there was two things I could do. I was using a 60 hertz monitor at the time, so 60 FPS monitor basically, but I didn't have VSync turned on. Turning on VSync solved the problem. But Call me weird or crazy, but I spent almost $2,000 on this computer. At this point, I have spent over $2,000 on this computer. Or at least that much money has been spent on it. I don't want it to not be doing what it's capable of doing. So I don't like having VSync turned on or locking things to 60 FPS. I have a 165 Hz monitor now, so it's not that big of a deal, but point still stands. Right, I already checked the link. There was also, I forget the setting, but there was a setting I could turn off in the options to make the flashing stop. Both of those are simply unacceptable, that the user has to solve that problem. So embarrassed, turns out I had this large snowflake stuck to me. Like, those are issues that Square Enix really should have just solved. You know, that setting I can turn off, that I can't remember what the setting it even was at this point, should just be off by default. You should have to turn it on. And it should have a warning that says, hey, this will cause some textures to flash at high frame rate. Like, that way people with epilepsy would know. You know. Seems pretty, you know, pretty much like what they should do to me, but it's not what they've done. They've just ignored it and hope the problem goes away, rather than fix it, which literally would be as simple as have the default settings not have that option turned on. Like, it's dumb. Like, as I said, that I feel like that really stuck with me, just because I did have people, when I was telling them, be very dismissive about it, of this, like, we'll just turn the setting off. It's like, no. Imagine if we did that for other things. Like, here's an example. Let's, instead of putting metal protective casings around electrical stuff, you know, and metal, rubber, you know, instead of isolating electrical things, like, say, a computer power supply, and we just take all that away and put no warning labels on it whatsoever, and just tell people, hey, don't touch that. You know, you wouldn't want that, would you? Let's just take all the covers off of all electrical sockets. Those are now illegal to have, but don't touch them. You know, don't touch the internals in there. You just gotta know not to touch them. Like, that's stupid. I do very much dislike when people are like that. Like, and I know it's born of, like, the thing of, oh man, look at all these unnecessary warning labels. It's like, one, if that warning label was never needed, or they didn't think it would ever be needed, it wouldn't be there. Printing a warning label costs a little extra money, and every company out there wants to save as much money as possible. There is no frivolous warning label unless it's intentionally being made to be frivolous. You know? Like, if somebody were to make, I don't know, I need to go to the museum first. What am I doing? Someone makes a calculator, and then as part of the warning label, they say, don't jam this down your throat, you might choke on it. They're not saying that because someone's actually jammed it down their throat to choke on it. They're doing it to make it funny. You know. But meanwhile, something like, you know, a warning label on a power supply, that's there for good reason. Also, yes, my nose is really itchy and I don't know why. It feels like I have hairs on my nose, that's probably why. And they're not mine. But, like... Okay, he already has all of them. Our fossils are probably nearly done. That's pretty cool. Yeah, like, I don't know what to ramble about. Also, me just rambled for, what, like 20 minutes about that? Yeah. It's dumb to me that they even did that in the first place, and apparently they went on for like an hour or something talking about why they made this API and why it's a good thing, and I'm sure it might have been if they had kept it client-side, like server-side, and not made it client-side. It probably would have been really good and helpful, but making it client-side makes it not helpful. Because, okay, an API can't alter information. You can't alter information about the API. But if players could deduce where this API is being stored, and my guess would be it's probably being stored on the account server. If they were then able to deduce what programming language it has been written in, they could, in theory, send a request to the API for information not included in the API that it shouldn't have access to by including as part of their message, literally granting the API access to that information. Like, they could, in theory, do that. I would hope there are things in place to prevent that. But I don't know. Nobody really knows except Square. And also, yeah, we have 240 spaces now. It's so nice. Like, no one knows except Square Enix. And that's not a good feeling. Like... not knowing that if people could possibly get more information about your account and not act like... I've not seen what kind of information people are actually scraping. I'm just going off hearsay. I imagine that's what a lot of people are doing, because this mod itself, all it does is allow you to stalk people. That's all it's for. Hello, Nook. Hello there, Steven. Your home is now another room where... how's another room where there once was not... I didn't come here yesterday. Whoops. You can use it for whatever you like, which brings us to... cost of your remodel. That'll be 348,000 bells. I gotta remember to come in here every day. I'm so bad about forgetting. So this will be one day. Yeah. Okay. So, now on to topic actually about the game. I want to invite an Amiibo camper. Because I have some fancy little Amiibo. And I have a villager in these cards that I want to invite. Because I have a friend who really likes this villager. So I want to invite them to my island. We can invite the animals to the campsite using the Animal Crossing characters Amiibo. Yes, I do. I do have it prepared. I don't know where there it is. Touch. 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 That's Gala's Amiibo! Would you like to invite her to the campsite? Yes, I would. There she is. Hey, this is Gala. Can I help you, Snorty? You're asking me to come and stay at your campsite? How can I say no? I never get invites this cool. I'm on my way now, Snorty. I don't know if she'll be here today or tomorrow. Either way. Now, we do actually have, I'm pretty sure, things with the construction center. I don't think we've done multiple ceremonies, so I should probably get on that. Construction consultation. Let's hold a ceremony. Take part in a ceremony. Right now, we'd like to celebrate the grand opening of the tailor shop. I sure am. It's been there for long enough for me to start making friends with Sable, and I've yet to do this. I have a great memory. Now that Simon, you're sick, go home. Now then, welcome to our dedication ceremony, honoring Astera's brand new tailors. Yeah, Mabel and Sable. Thank you. Thanks to everyone's tireless efforts, Astera is developing wonderfully. Yes, yes. At this time, we'll have some brief comments from Mabel and Sable, who will be running the tailor shop. Ladies, if you would be so kind. Thanks to everyone, we've been able to open such a lovely shop here. I'll work hard with my sister Sable to make a nice place for you all to visit. Be sure to stop by. Yes, please stop by. Aww. Mabel, Sable, thank you both so much. Next, a few words from someone who made many valuable contributions so the tailor shop could be built. Take it away, Steven. Whoa! Yes, yes, indeed. Thank you for your heartfelt and encouraging sentiments. Everyone, please get ready to join me in bringing the ceremony to a close. All this wishing to... Yeah, we know. Get ready on your picture buttons. Hope for continued growth to celebrate Astera's beautiful tailors. Hurrah! They are pretty beautiful. The shop's nice, too. Thank you all. This concludes our ceremony. Please do take care on your way home. I think we still have one other ceremony to do. So I should probably do that. Because I'll probably... did I do the one for the bridge? I don't remember. I need to check. I also really wish my nose was not itchy. I don't know why it's so itchy. Like, it feels like I've got a cat hair there. It's so annoying. Okay, no, I already did it. Okay. Yeah. Itchy nose. Alright, there's still nothing. Boo. Why is my nose so itchy? I blame this mustache. Even though it's probably not my mustache. It's probably actually some of Frisk's hair stuck in my nose. Would not be the first time. Will not be the last time. We've already spoken with Diva today, so I feel pretty good about that. I don't know if that calls the campsite villager here, like, immediately. So I want to come check. It might be she comes here tomorrow. Okay, I think... can't tell. Nope, she's here right now. Pretty impressive that she got some snow up there. Given it hasn't snowed. There she is! Thanks for the invitation. Seems like a great place to camp, Snorty. It'd be great to take back home a wooden block bed. Anyway, just an idea I had. I could do that for you. Wow, you do that for me? Thank you so much. I happen to have a DIY recipe for making those if you need it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I got it. Be around until the morning. Really appreciate your offer. Ah, itchy nose. Almost tempted to jump cut so I can blow my nose, because that'll probably solve the itchiness, but... that takes doing a jump cut, and I need to remember to do the jump cut. And, like, that's a lot of work. Or I could just keep complaining about my nose being itchy. That's less work. And mildly satisfying. Because it is just kind of satisfying to complain. There's my axe. So I already know I'm gonna need wood, so I'm just gonna... well, there goes my axe. That's a bummer. Well, off to... off to the Nooklings. That way I don't need to use any resources. Except to upgrade the axe, I think. So I might just stick with a basic axe. Makes the most sense. I say continuing to not blow my nose, which makes more sense than just complaining about it, but... don't question my nonsense. Okay. Okay, I need to do it. My nose is really bugging me, so... this is gonna be a jump cut. Okay, I'm back. Hopefully my nose will be less itchy now. Hopefully. It definitely feels a lot better, so there was probably like a cat hair stuck in my nose. It happens. To the best of people. And to me, quite often. Yeah, I need 3 standard wood. Well, let's see if I can get 3 standard wood before this axe breaks. I got 1 standard wood. I'm also gonna pick up coconuts, so... yeah, I do kind of want to see if I can get Gala to move in. And I think if I do this favor for her, she will want to move here. I think. I don't actually know how this works. I've never done this before. So. I'm learning. I love how I make that reference, and I don't think I've ever watched The Simpsons. Like, ever. It was one of those shows that I think every household has this, where, like, it's just the show that, like, your parents just don't like, so it's just banned. You're just not allowed to watch it. And, like, one of my older siblings would watch it when he went to go visit our grandmother. But, like, he'd be the only one to go, so, like, it's not like anyone else had the chance to watch it, too. Like, it was just him. Okay. Or do I not have a wooden block? I don't think I have it. Okay, so it was a good thing she gave me that. I don't think I have this here. I didn't. Okay, wooden block bed. What do I need for the wooden block bed? Softwood and a wooden block toy. Okay, so I can make the wooden block toy. It's also softwood, so I just need a bunch of softwood. I think I've got that then. I thought I would need regular wood. That's convenient. I think I have like a full stack of 30 softwood, so I don't think I need to chop trees at all. I don't think I needed to chop trees, period. I mean, it's not a bad thing that I did it, especially seeing my axe was that low. But like, yeah, I got multiple stacks of softwood, so yeah, this works out. But, I suppose another thing I can make mention of, though it's also not related to Animal Crossing, I do apologize for that. For anyone who's not watched one of my series before, I'm gonna say, you've probably already picked up on this. Treat these videos more as like, this is in a way me vlogging, but with an Animal Crossing background. And that just comes from, as much as I love Animal Crossing, we all love Animal Crossing here, else you probably wouldn't be here. Unless you just really like watching my content, which I appreciate. Don't know why, but I appreciate it. You can't really do a whole year's worth of videos uploading daily and still talk about nothing but Animal Crossing. You will run out of stuff. So I tend to talk about things that are more relating to either me personally or something like a villager says or something. Like, if one of the villagers gets talking about food, you can bet I'm gonna go on a little food ramble. Very passionate about food. I'm pretty fat. It makes sense. But yes, hello Gala. Oh, could it be? Did you make the wooden block bed? Yep, all ready for you. There you go. Love the idea of bringing home a wooden block bed made here. You're the best. So excited. As thanks, I want you to have some round shades. Alright. I can't take any more home now, but I want to collect more Astera souvenirs. I'll be leaving tomorrow, but I feel like I'm falling in love with this place and the folks that live here. In case you ever feel the urge to invite me to camp here again, this is me encouraging you. Oh, do I have to invite her multiple times? I plan to use this downtime to read some of my book backlog. It's so nice to have a break from the usual chores like this. Aww. Sounds, community, and scenery are both great. Just love it here. We hope someday I can live on an island this nice, Snorty. You want to just live here? It's so sweet of you to invite me, but I'm just not sure I'm ready to make the big move like that just yet. Another visit might convince me, if someone were to invite me back. Alright, I can invite you back tomorrow. It'll literally be tomorrow. And it's easy for me to find her Amiibo card because, you know, she's right at the top of the stack. I don't have many of them, but I like my Amiibo cards. I know I should have like a little binder for them, but I keep them pretty safe in the dresser here. So, you know. All my N64 games. But, yeah, I've decided recently to give World of Tanks another try. Because I play World of Warships. So, it makes sense that I would try playing the other World of games. And I always kind of liked World of Warplanes, even though there's really nobody playing it, and have actually been kind of tempted to reinstall that game recently, too. But, I've been giving World of Tanks another go. And man, is it as annoying as I remember, but I think I'm understanding better now. And the funniest thing is, I'm pretty sure I'm understanding better, because I'm not playing against players as much. I say this because when I initially tried playing World of Tanks with a friend that I met playing EVE Online, he'd been playing for a long time before, I started playing alongside him. And so he already knew what he was doing, and I didn't. And it was painfully obvious I didn't know what I was doing. And I didn't feel like I was learning either. And I was also watching videos. Like, there's a creator called The Mighty Jingles who does basically World of Warships and World of Tanks primarily, but he also does other series here and there. He's a jolly old British fellow. I disagree with him on a lot of things, but it's just how it is. But, I'd be watching videos that he would be putting up. And I'd be like, okay, if I watch enough of these, surely I'll start understanding eventually. Like, where I should be going, what I should be doing. And Mr. Flamingo, I need this. It's part of the Flamingo security system. I should also get this, this hourglass, so I can set it up for when time ends. Just get it constantly rotating. So that it never stops. Because time never stops. So anyway. Yeah. I'd watch his videos and I would still not understand. But recently getting back into it, like every match I've been playing, my first welcome back matches were obviously against bots. They always are. And then, even after that, I've still been mostly just been put up against bots. There we go. There's both windows nicely covered. He'll be none the wiser. Playing against the bots has taught me more about some of the mechanics. It's also taught me that some of the mechanics are still very dumb, like view range. I understand the point of view range to a degree. It's because there is no, gun range. So, they can't do concealment the same way they do it in World of Warships. And that's a good thing. World of Warships concealment can get very frustrating at times. but so can view range. Effectively, the best way I can describe view range is, imagine you're in your tank, and your tank has a view range of 500 meters. And then I'm in my tank, and my tank has a view range of 350 meters. Yes, I caught a koi. I don't know why it's so shy, or such a bad speller. Well, stop being so rude to the koi. Jeez. So what that means is if you have a teammate who can spot me for you within that 500 meter radius, and then you both have radios capable of communicating to each other, and he can tell you where I am, you can then fire at me, and as long as you're not within 350, I think that was the view range I said for me, I can't see you, but you can see me. So you could be sitting in an open field, and I would not be able to see you. But you can see me. And, like, that is so annoying. Like, I don't know why they have that as a mechanic. Like, I kind of get it, but I kind of don't. I wish it was unified. That would make more sense. Because, like, I've had instances where playing my... what even was it? It's a French prototype tank. Prototype heavy tank that was kind of before the ARL-44 and is directly before the ARL-44 in the tech tree. Which the ARL-44 is one of my favorite tanks because it's stupid. I like dumb military stuff. Which is why I like the French vehicles so much. They have ingenious solutions to things that tend to be very dumb as well. But, like, I've had an instance while playing that tank where there was a Churchill 1, I think it was, on the other team, that was sitting in an open field just shooting at me, and I could not see it to shoot back, even though they're the same tier. Like, that's just rude, you know? Like, how am I supposed to learn how to play the game when I can't understand what I'm doing wrong in that situation? You know. Which, like, yeah, was one of my complaints. It still kind of is about the game. Oh, Clover dress. It was just like, it's so much harder to learn what you're doing wrong because you need to understand all of the mechanics about the game first. Thankfully, they have simplified commanders, which makes things easier. I know said friend who I was playing the game with really does not like the commander changes. So he kind of quit over that. Which at that moment was the point of like, alright, I might as well uninstall too, because I was only playing it to play the game with him, so it's like, well, okay then. Didn't help that the way I was playing the game was with my laptop that decided randomly that its graphics chip didn't want to work anymore. So that was fun. But, blah. Them simplifying commander skills definitely helps, because I can more easily understand what the commander skills do. There's also far fewer of them, and they seem less overall impactful, which is a good thing. Like, with a game like that, ideally you want to avoid a situation where skills become mandatory, because that puts a new player at a massive disadvantage if they do not have those skills. Like, I can use World of Warships as an example, because World of Warships has some examples like that, where there are some skills for destroyers that are downright mandatory for destroyers to have if they want to compete against the other destroyers. Namely, chief among them being Concealment Expert. If the enemy team's destroyer has Concealment Expert and yours doesn't, even if they are the same destroyer, the enemy team's destroyer with Concealment Expert has a 10% concealment advantage over your team's destroyer. May not sound like a lot, but that can be anywhere from 0.5 to a whole kilometer of extra spotting distance, where your team's destroyer will be spotted and the enemy team's won't be. And that's enough time for yours to die before they can even hope to find the enemy destroyer. Like, that is a problem. There's definitely still some skills in World of Tanks from reading over them that seem pretty mandatory. There's one that increases the penetration of your shells. It was itchy again. It's only one side this time, though. Guess I didn't blow that side well enough. Like, increasing the penetration of your shells is definitely something everybody wants. And there are definitely some instances where your tank kind of requires it. Right, I should go to the museum first, because I do have the koi to donate, and I don't remember if I have anything else. Like, Churchill 7 versus Churchill 7. With your top gun, you're not guaranteed to penetrate your own armor. With this skill, you're basically guaranteed to penetrate your own armor. So that means if someone is playing and doesn't have that skill, and is facing another Churchill 7 with that skill, you've probably lost that fight. There's nothing you can do about it. Which also just feels bad. This is undoubtedly a koi. Now, might I ask you a few fascinating facts about your koi? Yes, please tell me. Wonderful, I would love nothing more. Koi are a variety of carp bred for their color mutations, starting more than 1,000 years ago. Well, one glance at their impressive coloring tells you that the centuries of effort were worth it. And even today, people still selectively breed koi in search of new color combinations. One marvels at the thought of what koi may look like in another 1,000 years. And there you have it. Fascinating stuff, no? Rest assured, all donations are displayed in a timely manner. Yeah, I'm aware, Blathers. No, I'm good, my man. Now, we do have a nice new beach chair that we can end the episode in, which is nice. And I think I will probably end the episode there, so... Let me claim these Nook Miles for catching fish. Thankfully, these fish do not roll. That is a reference that so many people are not going to get, but it's fine. I might eventually play the game on stream that is a reference to. It's a really fun game. But now, let's hop into our fancy new beach chair. Move the camera so you can actually see me napping in the chair. And with that, I thank you all very much for watching. And hopefully I shall see you back here tomorrow for more Animal Crossing New Horizons. See you all then! And now in this end card, I'd like to ask if you liked the video, hey, could you hit the like button? And if you're not subscribed, could you maybe subscribe? That'd help me out a lot. Thanks a bunch.